right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is? This is your boy, Brando. Guys, I want to thank you, but we're going to dive right in. And we're going to talk about Polymath and security tokens and the tokenization of everything. Now, I want to start off with this video here with Charles Hoskinson talking about the tremendous potential of security tokens. And if you don't know, Charles Hoskinson has partnered with Polymath to develop the polymesh blockchain. Now, if that isn't bullish news, I don't know what is. Now, we already know there's a connection between Cardano and SingularityNet. Now, what if we see more of this cross-chain interaction between blockchains going on? And that is possible because of Cosmos, which is the interconnected connection of blockchains. So, pay attention.
Hey, I'm Heslin Kim with Polymath, and I'm here with none other than
Charles Hoskinson. Good to be here.
Thanks for taking the time. I've seen you a lot around Korea these days. Could you tell us what your roadshow is for this region?
Well, actually, I haven't been in Korea too long. I came in a few days ago from Singapore, and I got invited to this conference. But I do try to drop by every 3-4 months. It's got a very vibrant, great community, so it's always fun to see what's going on here.
In terms of the developments we've had recently with regulations within Korea, where do you see the market these days?
Yeah, so most of the regulation is focused at the moment on exchanges and ICOs. The exchange regulation, because the exchanges got too big too quickly, they didn't have good practices installed, and so there was a little bit of fraud and abuse and so forth. On the ICO side, there was a lot of network marketing and other problems with it. And a lot of the ICOs were probably fraudulent. So the Korean government did step up enforcement, and they kind of cooled down the markets for a little bit. But we're now on the other side of the U, so things are getting a heck of a lot better. And we're starting to see the ecosystem grow very well. So Korea is a huge market. It's actually surprisingly one of the largest Asian markets in the world.
In terms of the market growth and maturation that you've seen over time, where would you say that the trends are coming out of most these days?
Well, there's a lot of utility token plays that are coming. There's a lot of people trying to decentralize old things like advertisement or data custodianship. There's still a lot of infrastructure plays. Everybody's chasing Ethereum. We all do that. And so a lot of people want to be the 2.0 there. There's also some people still trying to innovate in the payment side of spaces. And we've seen some competitive offerings. Still some people chasing value stable currencies because that's required for lending and for actual real transactions. So it's less about, well, where are we innovating? It's more about just noticing that there's an enormous increase in the quantity of innovation. If you look at the amount of research papers being published by real academics, it's doubling almost every year. If you look at the amount of good projects with solid people behind them, in some cases Nobel laureates or Turing Prize winners, just like, for example, Silvio Macaulay out of MIT, he invented zero-knowledge cryptography, and now he's building his own blockchain called Algorand. So there's some really good people that are entering the space, and it's great to compete with them, and it's great to learn from them.
That's fantastic. You mentioned utility tokens. As far as security tokens, where do you see that market headed?
Yeah, so the STO is the new ICO, right? Yeah, so the big challenge was that if you're going to do a security token, you need specialized exchanges and licenses to trade these things. And people are applying for that regulation, and a lot of people have gotten through that regulation. So very soon, Coinbase and T-Zero and others will be able to trade them. And then I suspect a lot of these guys who've done SAFs, or people who are doing offerings, will, instead of doing them in kind of a gray area, trying to make the security a utility style way, will just go ahead and embrace the security status of the token and trade it on these exchanges because they'll be able to get liquidity. So I think come 2019, we'll see a decrease in the amount of ICOs and a massive increase in STOs. And we'll see a lot of liquidity for STOs. And those are actually very exciting projects because for the first time ever, we're going to be able to do some really exciting things. Like, for example, let's say you're a drug company. you have these huge IP portfolios that could potentially be very valuable. So you know your patents are worth billions, but you don't usually monetize a lot of those patents until after you get drug approval. Well, what if you could take your patent portfolio, tokenize it, and then say, okay, whoever has the token, if we get lucky and we get a Viagra or we get a Cialis or something out of this, then you guys will proportionally get dividends on the revenue generated from the monetization of that patent. Under a utility token, you wouldn't be able to do that. Under a security token, you could. So this brings up a whole new way of creating liquidity for things that are worth a lot of money but previously illiquid. Another example would be look at the Marvels franchise for Disney. That's worth a lot of money, and they've been able to monetize it. So what if they could tokenize that franchise, and every time they create a movie, you guys would get some royalties or something on that movie, and it would give Disney the ability to pre-sell $10, $20 billion worth of Marvel tokens. So security tokens give those prospects at the large scale as well as on the SME side, and that's going to be really exciting to see in 2019 and 2020.
Fantastic. You're a major visionary in the space. Where do you see new innovation happening and things that we might not have been hearing about recently?
Yeah, so there's this old saying that everything's old is new again, and everything that's new is old again. So what we've seen is a lot of great concepts like multi-party computation and zero-knowledge cryptography, which was originally invented in the 1980s, is starting to actually get vogue again and being updated and pulled into the cryptocurrency space. So why we're doing this is because we want to do things like private off-chain smart contracts. We want to do things like verified computation or outsourceable computation, where it doesn't really make sense to do things in the Ethereum model, but you still want the trustlessness that Ethereum has, and you don't want to pay the Ethereum price for running these things. So the demands of scalability and the economic demands of running these things are forcing us to look into completely new ways of doing things. And the good news is not only have we discovered them as a space, they're being actively built and pulled into stacks. So what gets me really excited are seeing these level 2, level 3 style protocols, which contain a lot of power to get us to hundreds of thousands to millions of transactions per second, to do off-chain computation, to do private computation, but still preserve the trust and privacy model that we've come to take for granted in the cryptocurrency space. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been amazing. Is there anything you'd like to promote to our viewers, where to find you, or anything you've been doing these days?
Yeah, you can reach me at IOHK_Charles. That's my Twitter handle. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. And no, I'm not giving away Ether.
Great. Thanks so much for your time.
All right, that was a beautiful little interview showing you the power of security tokens. And if you want security tokens, you start here on Polymath. Polymath makes it easy to create, issue, and manage digital securities on the blockchain. Polymath is leading the security token revolution with over 200 tokens deployed and over 20 with 5 or more token holders. We've built the infrastructure to make the integration of our technology simple and the issuance of security tokens easy. Now, guys, I want to tell you that they always tell you what they're going to do before they do it. In that video, they told you 2019, 2020. They've been saying that since actually 2017. They thought the STOs were going to pop. It's going to happen in 2021, 2022, starting 2021 for sure. And they're in a rush to tokenize everything because it benefits them. It benefits the new system. Everything is going from the old to the new. And it's happening as we speak, right in front of our eyes. Solutions powered by Polymath. You have white label, issuers, service providers, a new offering for your clients. Our white label solution lets us bring the benefits of security tokens to your clients. Polymath provides the foundational infrastructure unlocking security token creation, issuance, and management directly on the blockchain. Here you have a couple of reviews. So yeah, Red Swan CEO and founder Ed Nowakedi, they actually tokenized $2.2 billion worth of commercial real estate on Polymath and also on Hedera Hashgraph. So as I mentioned, they tell you what they're going to do before they do it. Why would they just tokenize $2.2 billion on Polymath? Well, they're tokenizing it because they're showing you Polymath is the solution. And if we go over here real quick to the Digital Chamber of Commerce, I want to show you something real quick. And I want to show you on the executive committee, we see Polymath next to Ripple. Not XRP, but Ripple. But Polymath is right here. You also have T-Zero. T-Zero is another security tokens platform. Revolutionizing capital markets, enabling the market to create and trade digital securities using blockchain technology. So you can trade securities tokens on T-Zero. Trade the next generation of securities. Digital securities are traditional types of securities, such as equities or bonds, enhanced using the benefits of blockchain and smart contract technology without compromising traditional regulatory compliance and investor protections. The alternative trading system operated by T-Zero is the premier market for trading these digital currency securities. So, as we can see here, tokenize. Tokenize with T-Zero. The way we invest in assets is about to fundamentally change with the arrival of tokenization. T-Zero's network of strategic partners and affiliates, including registered broker-dealers, serves as a resource to issuers who want to raise new capital or sell existing equity in digital form and provide a path to enable secondary liquidity. This innovative solution leverages new technology while relying on traditional capital markets, rules, and market participants to issue, trade, and settle digital securities. So these are their products: tokenization, T-Zero adds secondary trading. And it just tells you what is a digital security. Digital securities are traditional types of securities, such as equities or bonds, enhanced using the benefits of blockchain and smart contract technology without compromising traditional regulatory compliance and investor protections. So it's just the same thing in a different system. People that should tokenize is private companies and real estate. As I just mentioned, Red Swan had already tokenized 2.2 billion. So let's see if we can find some of their partners real quick. No, I don't see. Anyways, well, we see T-Zero here. So just think. Also overstock, you can buy overstock on T-Zero. Right in front of our faces. And I already mentioned Hedera Hashgraph. They tokenized 2.2 billion. So you see Hedera and you also see Polymath. Those were the two that were chosen to be tokenized. So let's go back to the Polymath website. This is the introduction to Polymath Token Studio on Polymesh.
Hello, this is Graham Moore, and I'm the head of tokenization at Polymath. In this video, we'll take a very quick look at the brand new Polymath Token Studio on Aldebaran, which is the first Polymesh testnet. What that means is we're looking at a test version of the Polymath Token Studio on Aldebaran, which is a testnet of the Polymesh blockchain. So all of the tokens created using this test version are for test purposes only, and they have no economic value. To use Aldebaran, we'll need our Aldebaran testing wallet. We'll connect our Aldebaran testing wallet here to the Token Studio, and we'll take a very brief look at what the brand new Polymath Token Studio looks like based on one of these tokens I've created previously. So let's take a look at the demo 1 token. You can see the token details here. On the compliance tab, you can see we now have approved claim issuers. So I am an approved claim issuer. I'm able to make claims about specific DIDs, decentralized identities. I can also very easily implement rules about this specific token.
Basically, they're showing you how to create a securities token on their technology, Polymesh.
Based on these rule templates we have here. So maybe receivers of the token must be KYC'd. Here's where an approved claim issuer can make claims. We see here this identity. They have no expiry on their KYC. Their buy lockup ended on June 24th, and they're an accredited investor. Here we can easily distribute tokens to that one DID who we've made a claim about. You can see I've minted 100 tokens to them in the past, but we could mint more tokens to them now. If you'd like to test out the brand new Polymath Token Studio on Aldebaran, which is the first Polymesh testnet, I recommend going to polymath.network/Aldebaran. That'll take you to our Getting Started guide, where you can see how to get the Aldebaran testing wallet extension, how to use the Poly to PolyX upgrade bridge, our identity verification platform, which is how you get your DID, decentralized identity, and of course, how to use the Polymath Token Studio on Polymesh. Thanks for watching. Happy testing.
So yeah, that was easy. Now we go to fundraise with the world's most simple tokenization tech. At Polymath, we relentlessly focus on the technological backbone for security tokens. Whether issuing directly through the Polymath Token Studio or integrating our broker-dealer toolkit into your offering, Polymath makes it easy for anyone to launch security tokens. Open source, standardized, modular, compliant, end-to-end, purpose-built. And as I mentioned before, Red Swan tokenizing 2.2 billion with Polymath. Now I want to take you to some of their partners. And you're going to see a lot of security tokens that are going to be made on Polymath. You're going to see them on Republic, because Republic is partnered with Polymath. This is the full security token ecosystem. And this involves the KYC AML. This is the entire ecosystem that you would need in order to get your security token off the ground. So these companies here help you. These are advisory firms. They may help you plan and execute your STO. Your Polymath dashboard is integrated with the following advisory firms. Alternatively, you can elect to use your own advisory services. So you see many of them here: Flexion, Athena, BCW Chain Partners, DLA Piper, DLT Capital, Genesis Block, Logos Capital. These are all huge. TOKENIZE. Then you come down here to some legal firms. As you can see, Petros Law Group, Vistra, DLA Piper, Anderson Mori. The list goes on. And then we have some KYC AML, which is a critical component to your STO that will enable you to establish the list of approved transactors for your token. Alternatively, you can elect to use your own KYC firm. And who do we see here? None than Republic. And then you see the marketing. Washman. We went over Washman PR in a stellar video. Huge. Custody and escrow. BitGo, Bitcoin Suzy, Davos Custody, Digivault, token sale platforms, capitalization table management, tax services. I mean, this is everybody. So you are in good hands, like Allstate stands. Are you in good hands? Allstate stands. Yeah. So I mean, Polymath is going to be huge. Don't say I didn't tell you. I'm telling you now before this thing skyrockets, because it's going to skyrocket. Because if we come here, I'm telling you, when they tokenize everything and the switch flips, man, it's a wrap. You're going to be very thankful. But I want to show you real quick. Poly, number 198, ranked. Volume, market cap, 24 million. Low, circulating supply is 533 million. Total is a billion. Come on, guys. Well, let's see the all-time high real quick. All-time high was $1.66, and nothing was tokenized yet. Ladies, gentlemen, this is going to be crazy. This is the future happening before our eyes. And let's look at some T-Zero partnerships. T-Zero partners with Alliance Investments to tokenize River Plaza, a luxury real estate development in Manchester, UK. That's dope. T-Zero partners with entertainment financing company Blockflix to tokenize films. Wow. This is big stuff. And Polymath is partnered with T-Zero. They're working hand in hand together. T-Zero partners with Aspen Digital. Huh. Yeah, they've got a bunch of different partnerships. I want to see if I can find like a list. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to find it right now. But yeah, as you can see, I mean that just pretty much gave you a little glimpse into the security tokens. It's going to be huge. They're going to tokenize everything. They're tokenizing NBA contracts, albums, music, real estate, clothes, everything. Collectibles, anything you can think of will be tokenized. Art. All I can say is please pack yourself a bag, okay? And just sit tight. because Polymath will definitely change the world. And don't say I didn't tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who this is. This is your boy, Brando. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms.